What if the most dangerous man on the internet wasn't a hacker, a criminal, or a political leader, but a former kickboxer with a microphone and a message that millions couldn't stop repeating? Andrew Tate is not just a name, he's a phenomenon. He's either seen as a messiah for the modern male or as a toxic virus infecting the youth. But beyond the viral soundbites, the flashy cars, and the angry tweets, who really is Andrew Tate? What is it about this man that has made him one of the most watched, searched, loved, and hated figures in the world? And what does his rise tell us about the current state of masculinity, influence, and power in the digital age? Andrew Tate was born in 1986 in Washington, D.C., but he wasn't raised with the luxury you see in his videos today. His father, Andrew Tate, was a decorated U.S. Air Force veteran and a chess prodigy known for his genius and intensity. But brilliance doesn't always come with a paycheck. Emery was never wealthy, and his family often struggled to make ends meet. After his parents divorced, Andrew's mother moved him and his siblings to Luton, England, a working-class town with rough streets and limited opportunities. Tate often speaks about growing up with very little, watching his mother work late hours while his father faded into obscurity despite his intellectual greatness. That early exposure to a harsh, unfair reality planted a seed in him. He learned early that intelligence without power meant nothing in this world. To escape poverty, Andrew turned to fighting. He trained in kickboxing, where he found not only discipline but also a sense of dominance. He went on to become a 4-time world champion. In the ring, he was respected. He built a reputation as someone who never backed down, physically or mentally. But even after earning titles, he wasn't making real money. The fight world respected him, but it didn't pay him. And that's when he realized that true power in the modern world isn't about what you can do physically. It's about how much attention you can control. And so began his transition from athlete to internet kingpin. In 2021 and 2022, Tate flipped the script. He launched Hustlers University, an online platform where he claimed he could teach people, especially young men, how to make money online through crypto, copywriting, freelancing, e-commerce, and digital marketing. But the platform itself wasn't what made him explode. It was the system behind it. Tate encouraged his students to create fan pages, post viral clips of him, flood TikTok and YouTube with his messages, and bring in more signups. It became a digital army. Within months, Andrew Tate was everywhere. Even people who didn't follow him were forced to see him, whether they liked it or not. But it wasn't just the content, it was the message. Tate wasn't selling lifestyle porn like most influencers. He was delivering something far more potent: identity. He told young men to stop being soft, to stop making excuses. He said depression is weakness. That men need to be strong, rich, dominant, respected. That society was designed to neuter masculinity and reward obedience. In a world where many boys grow up without fathers, without direction, and without meaning, Tate's bluntness hit like a drug. To millions, he became the digital father figure they never had, someone telling them to stand up, fight back, and take what they're owed. But it didn't come without a price. Tate was soon branded the face of toxic masculinity. Activists, journalists, and influencers began dissecting his clips, accusing him of misogyny, manipulation, and dangerous rhetoric. He was labeled a threat to mental health, to gender equality, even in national security. Schools began warning students not to follow him. Parents panicked. Governments took notice. And then, in 2022, the internet turned on him. In a coordinated move, Tate was banned from virtually every major platform. TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, YouTube. Even Uber cut him off. His digital empire was shut down overnight. The message was clear: you're not allowed here. But if the goal was to silence him, it backfired. Because Andrew Tate didn't disappear. He got louder. He moved to Rumble, a free speech platform, and his audience followed. His fan base became more loyal. His influence more concentrated. And the very act of banning him only reinforced his core message, that the Matrix, as he calls it, will destroy anyone who steps out of line. Then came the most dramatic twist yet. In December 2022, Tate and his brother Tristan were arrested in Romania. The charges were serious: human trafficking, rape, organized crime. The media exploded. People called it karma. Others called it a setup. The Tate brothers were held in detention for months without formal charges, a move that sparked questions about due process and political motivations. Romanian prosecutors said they had evidence. Tate said it was all lies. He claimed he was being targeted for challenging the system, for being too powerful, too free, too real. And here's where things get complicated, because despite all the controversies, all the bans, and all the legal drama, Andrew Tate is still winning the attention war. Millions of young men still watch his videos, quote his phrases, copy his style. Schools still have to warn students not to repeat his words. And despite the allegations, his brand has only grown. He's released a book. He's teased a media platform. His presence is as strong as ever. Why? Because in a world where so many feel lost, unheard, and angry, he gives them someone to follow. This isn't just about Andrew Tate anymore. This is about what he represents. A backlash, a rebellion, a symptom of a deeper problem. He didn't create the confusion around masculinity. He didn't invent the fear, the economic pressure, the mental health crisis. He just gave a face, a voice, and a plan. That's why so many people are drawn to him. And that's also why so many are terrified of what he might become. So ask yourself, is Andrew Tate really the problem? Or is he the mirror we don't want to look into? The truth is, his rise exposes a vacuum, one where traditional leadership, purpose, and identity have been stripped away. And into that vacuum steps a man who, like it or not, tells people to be stronger, richer, and more fearless. His methods may be crude, his words may be reckless, but his impact is real. And in the age of content, attention is the ultimate weapon. Andrew Tate is not going anywhere, because he's not just a man. He's a movement, a controversy, a question, one that we still don't have an answer to. But maybe that's the point. Maybe in understanding Andrew Tate, we start to understand ourselves. And if you're someone who seeks truth in chaos, clarity in controversy, and real stories in a world full of noise, you're in the right place. This is MOCo Views, where we dive deeper than headlines, go beyond the algorithm, and bring you the stories that actually matter. If this left you thinking, questioning, or even fired up, don't forget to like, subscribe, and follow us. Because at MOCo Views, we don't just watch the world, we understand it.